Hello students. Now we are going to study the remaining part of last exercise, that is exercise 7 8, that is about the study of social groups. Now in last exercise we have discussed about the meaning, definition, characteristics, factors which need to be considered in groups, and we have started the classification of groups. Now in that classification we have discussed classification according to degree of organization, that is formal, informal group. Then classification according to nature of interaction, primary group, secondary group, and difference between primary group and secondary groups. So up to that we have discussed in the last practical. Now remaining part of this practical that we are going to study further, that is the remaining classification and factors responsible for formation of group and come together to achieve the common objective, that we can refer as groups. Now under groups we have considered, where we have discussed certain considerations are there, that is two or more persons are required, reciprocal communication, two-way communication, etc. Also we have discussed some characteristics of the group. In this you have to remember, group is dynamic, not static, and second one, physical proximity is not necessary to form the groups. Okay. Then we have discussed about the classification. So first one is the classification according to degree of organization. Degree of organization means number of rules, regulations which are followed by the group. On that basis the degree of organization is defined. So if rules, regulation is there, the first type is formal groups. So in formal groups the examples are, that is army, government department, college. Okay. And second group is the informal. Informal means no rules, regulations. So examples are friend circle, family, etc. So that was the first classification. Second one, also in this we have discussed about the difference between formal and informal. It is going to be asked in the final exam. Now according to nature of interaction, interaction means the way of relationship which we are going to maintain with each other in a group. So one is the primary group where face-to-face direct contact is there. Examples are friend circle, family. And second one is the secondary group. So relation are indirect. Examples are government organizations, industrial organizations, where the relations are indirect one. And we have discussed about the difference between primary group and secondary group. Definitely it is going to be asked in the final exam. Either difference between primary and secondary will be asked, or either you will be asked to explain the classification of group. Now the next point that we are going to discuss in a classification, remaining part of classification, that is the nature of membership. According to nature of membership. So voluntary group, name itself indicate, voluntarily you are going to become a member of that group. So no compulsion on member to participate in a group. Withdrawal on voluntary basis, that means you can leave that group at any time. For example, friend circle or students gathered in a library, play groups, youth clubs, so that are based on the voluntary groups. Second type is non-voluntary groups. So membership is compulsory, no choice. Non-voluntary, that means it is compulsory one. Social convention and tradition determine the relationship. Social convention and tradition means because of the tradition, because of the conventions, social norms, rules, regulations, समाजाने सांगितलंय म्हणून, so these kind of groups are going to be formed. For example, a family. So each and every member who took birth in the family has to be act as a member of that family. So that is the naturally it is going to be formed. Compulsory we have to act as a member of that particular family. Okay. Also another one is the example is the caste system. So as you are going to take birth in a particular caste, you must have to follow that particular caste. There is no choice. Nation, religion. So these kind of groups are the permanent groups and non-voluntary. You cannot change it. So it is said that non-voluntary groups, and it is going to form because of traditions, because of natural relations. Now next classification is the size of group. So it is depend upon the number of members in a group. So small group, less in size, or less number of people are there, size is limited, and each identify each other personally. Close and direct relationships are there among the members in a small groups. Okay. There is feeling of sympathy, cooperation, we feeling is there among the member of the groups. So for examples, that is family, sports club, youth club, friend circle. So that are the examples of small groups. The second one is the big group. So bigger in size, number of members, more 61 to 1000 or more than 1000 also. Relation is not direct, no personal relationship is, no personal contacts are there. For example, university or army. So that are the big groups. Government organization, industrial organization. So that are the big one. No personal relationship, indirect relationship, that is not direct relationship, and large number of members are there. Wait. 1 minute. Then according to territorial limitation, next classification. So limit of territory in which group is going to be function. Limit of territory means geographical limitation in which the group is going to carry out its work. So that is the territorial limitation. This group have fixed boundaries. Boundaries, that means a territorial boundaries, geographical boundaries. And we have to carry out our work in that particular boundaries. So one is natural territorial group. First type. Natural territorial means it itself indicate that nature has going to fix the boundaries of that particular area or that groups. So territorial limitations are fixed by nature. Groups formed by natural similarities and boundaries. Because of natural similarities, the groups are going to be formed. Division of that area is going to be done. Boundaries are fixed by geographical and climatic situations. Climatic situation, geographical situation is going to form that particular boundaries. For example, the region in Maharashtra. Now here you can see this is the Konkan region, this is the western Maharashtra, this is the Marathwada, and this is the Vidarbha region. Now these regions are based on natural similarities, geographical situation. Because of that, these groups are going to form in the society. So natural territorial groups. Okay. Now the second one is the artificial groups. That is territorially fixed by the man. So we are going to form that particular groups. We are going to form the boundaries of that particular groups. For example, here we can say that is the district which is going to form, or the talukas, places, or state, countries, the boundaries of countries. So these boundaries are going to be formed by human being by himself. So village, taluka, district, state, countries, that are the example of artificial territorial group. Now the next one, that is the non-territorial group. So nature, artificial limits are not going to play any part in these groups. Non-territorial without any limitations. No any territorial or geographical limitations are there. Common functioning almost all part of the world. That means same function it is going to be carried out throughout the world. Right now, no any limitations are going to be considered while functioning of that particular groups. For example, UNO is there, United Nations Organization, Food Agriculture Organization is Red Cross Society, WHO is there. Right now in corona situation, World Health Organization is going to play important role throughout the world. Okay, so these are the non-territorial groups. So first one is territorial, natural territorial, artificial territorial, and third one is the non-territorial group. Okay. Now the next classification according to profession or occupation. So basically which kind of profession you are going to be possess, you are going to follow. Whether you are religious activity, you are going to do educational work, you are going to political work, artisan. Artisan म्हणजे 12 बोलतात, सुतार, लोहार, चांभार, नावी, कुंभार. Which kind of task you are going to perform accordingly, this group are going to be formed. Okay. Now according to duration. Duration means how long that group is exist in a society. Okay. किती दिवसापर्यंत राहते. So members remain together for greater length of time. That is the permanent. Permanent means lifelong. So the members remain together or remain as a part of that group for greater length of time. They are aware of the objectives of the groups, and formalities is there, defined roles are there, which kind of tasks we have to perform as a member of that group. It is also already defined one. Group has permanent existence, means permanently that group is exist in a society. For example, that is family or government department. our family, it is a permanent one. Government departments are also permanent, even though members are going to change, but family, government department, they are remaining as it is. Okay. Second one is the temporary. Temporary means for short period of time. Okay. So group are mere collection of physical body. Mere means more number of, or unexpected number of collection is there in this. There might be 2 people, there might be 1,000 people, there might be 100 people. So mere collection of physical body. Physical body means human being in these groups. The people congregates in casual way. Congregate, that means come together on a casual way on street station. Street station वरती जे लोक एकत्र येतात, the people who come on together on a street station, that we can call as temple. For example, if there is accident, immediately people gather together on a street. So that we can refer as a temporary group. The size is indefinite and unorganized. Unorganized, that means no definite objectives are there. The size of these groups are indefinite. 2 people will be there, 1,000 people will be there, 100 people will be there. So indefinite size. Not remain together for greater length of time. Very short period. Once objective is achieved, they are going to leave that groups. Okay. Participants on one level, because attention is focused on one thing. Suppose there is accident on a road, all people come together, gather together to help that particular person. So here it is that participants are at one level. So in that group, there might be a labor, there might be higher authority, there might be policeman, anybody is there. So their intention is focus on helping that particular individual who got an accident. Okay. The interaction among them are uncontrolled. Interaction means communication, chatting, which is going to be carried out in that group, that are uncontrolled one. Individual is aware of himself, his own interest, and less of group interest. Whatever the objects of the groups, the people are going to avoid that object. They are going to focus on their own task, own targets. Okay. So the examples are crowd, audience, and mob. Now crowd, that means if there is accident on a road, the people gathered, that we can refer as a crowd. Audience, that means people gathered in a cinema hall or play hall, theaters, that we can refer as an audience. And mob means, for example, Maratha Kranti Morcha. Okay, so that we can refer as a mob. People come together to achieve particular targets. So that we can refer as a mob. Okay, so these examples are going to be asked in an exam. Okay, so prepare accordingly. Now the next one, classification according to social class. Now social class, that means it is related to the class structure, higher class, middle class, lower class, that we have discussed in characteristics of society. So horizontal groups, the groups organized of a person of same level, same strata. Okay, persons are like in status. Like in status means their status is same, position is same in a society. Okay, so for example, farmers group, blacksmith group, carpenter groups, or group of a teacher, group of a lawyer, that we can refer as an horizontal group, because they are at a same level, or they are gathered at a same status which they are going to be possessed while living in a society. That is horizontal group. Now second one is the vertical group. Group composed of person of different strata, different layers. For example, political parties. So in political parties, the people are from different classes. Higher class people are there, middle class, lower class. All class people are present in that particular group. Now classification according to person, feeling, and belongingness. Which kind of feeling you are going to be follow related to that particular groups. Now in group, that means we can say in group, that means you have feeling that you are a member of that particular groups. Okay. So all the examples of primary and secondary groups, that are the in groups. Okay. Now there is a sense of attachment among the member. The persons have solidarity, loyalty, friendliness, cooperation among each other. So that we can refer as an in group. For example, these groups are characterized by we belong, we believe, we feeling, we act. For example, that is my family, my club, my association, my friend circle, my village, my society, my country, my district. So that are the in groups. When we are going to see we or our, my, if that kind of feeling is there, we can refer as it as in group. Now out group, the group which we do not belong or with which we are not with that particular group. Okay. For example, we are Hindus, they are Muslim. When we are going to say that they are, that means it is a out group. Right. Now, according to type and quality of relationship, which kind of relationship we are going to follow? The first one is the Gemeinschaft. Now, Gemeinschaft means the society in which relations are traditional, personal. Personal relations are there. Traditional means because of tradition, because of that particular the thing which exists in society, we are going to follow that kind of relation. So it is said that traditional relationship. For example, Zamindar system in India, landlord system in India. Okay. Now what landlord or Zamindar are going to do? They have their own tenant. Tenant means the borrower, loan ghenare. Okay. But how they are going to offer them a loan? This Zamindar, they are going to offer the loan on basis of personal knowledge. As they know the personally that particular person, accordingly they are offering loan to that particular person. Okay. There is no written document, no contract present among that individuals. As you know that particular person, so that Zamindar is offering loan to that particular person. That indicate traditional pattern exists or accepted by the society. Just approach to that Zamindar, he will give the money to that particular farmer. Okay. Now against it there is a Gesellschaft. What Gesellschaft says? Neither personal attachment not important to traditional rights. Traditional rights or no personal things are going to follow in this kind of groups. The relationship are based on bargaining and clearly defined agreements. For example, in a bank, if you are approached to bank to take a loan, then bank is going to do the agreement with you. Even though the manager is your brother, but he is not going to help you. On the basis of traditional relationship, or personal relationship, he is not going to offer loan to you. He asks you regarding the documents. And according to that documents, the loan is sanctioned to that particular. Basically, mostly it is going to be observed in urban areas, business organization, association of wholesaler, or what we can say, the banks which are providing loan. So in these organizations, Gesellschaft groups are going to present. Whatever the things are going to be carried out, it is based on the clearly defined agreements. And the last type of group, classification group, is the reference group. Now this definition is going to be asked. The group with which individual feels identified and norms and objective of which he accepts. That is the reference group. The group with which individual feel identified. That means that particular person is called by that particular group. It is said that he is the member of that particular group. Especially in case of political party, we are going to say that he is from BJP, he is from Congress. Are you getting? So the reference, that individual is going to be referred of that particular party. So that is the reference group. Okay. And the norms and objective of that group he has accepted, he has adopted. So he is referred as a member of that particular groups. Or what we can say, any group has strongly influence on the behavior of individual, that group we can refer as a reference group. ज्यांचा जास्त प्रभाव आहे आपल्यावरती ज्या ग्रुपचा, that we can refer as a reference group. So for example, a family or neighborhood influence the farmer to adopt or reject the technology. That means while adopting a new techniques, farmer try to get a reference from his neighbor or from his family or from friend circle, to whom he is going to approach to adopt the technology or discuss that technology with them. ज्यांना तो अप्रोच करतोय, फॅमिलीला करत असेल, नेबरला करत असेल, फ्रेंडला करत असेल. सो द फॅमिली, नेबर, फ्रेंड्स आर ॲक्टिंग ॲज अन अ reference group of that particular farmer. Are you getting? So with whom he is going to consult, with whom he is going to take a reference, that particular group, that particular individual is acting as a reference group for that particular farmer. Okay. So these are the classification of groups. Now next small point that we have to discuss, that is the factors affecting formation of groups. Integration of groups or organization of groups, the factors which are related to the particular groups. So first one is the homogeneity of the groups. Homogeneity means similarity which is present among the members. So cohesiveness or unity in a group result from the commonness, similarities. If similarity is more, homogeneity is more. Okay, more similarity of which thing is required, commonness of which thing is required. The commonness should be there regarding interest and mutually desired satisfaction. That means interest of each member should be same one. Values of each person should be same one. Values, that means the thing which you feel important. So that R we can refer as in values. That must be same one. Similar characteristics should be there. Norms of behavior should be same. It is going to be observed in family. In family, interests are same, values are same, similar characteristics are there in a family, among the family. Norms of behaviors are also same. Consensus in operational procedure. That means operational procedure should be same one. Rules, whatever rules are decided, everybody must have to follow that particular rules. If these are happening, then the cohesiveness is become much more, remain much more in that particular group, and that group will remain for lifelong. Okay. The members from, if the members are from different cultural background, then that group become less homogeneous, and integration or cohesiveness is become weak. If in a family, these similarities is going to be observed. For example, if friend circle is there, in friend circle, if the people or the members are from different cultural background, then that friend circle will not remain lifelong. Okay. If ethnocentrism is there, ethnocentrism is present among the members. Ethnocentrism means selfishness. If it is present among the members of the group, then that group will not held together. It will going to split. If selfishness we are going to follow in a group, especially in friend circle, it is going to be happen. Also, when social norms of behavior and conduct are shared by the members of the groups, integration is fostered. Integration is fostered means integration is increased, unity is increased. When the norms of groups are shared by the member. Norms of groups means rules regulations of behavior. If it is shared means all members are going to follow same norms of behavior, rules of behavior in a group, then the unity will increase. But if rules regulations are not going to be followed by all the member, then the unity will decrease. The extent to which shared interests hold by the group depend on the extent to which these interest satisfactions are served. That means for how much long we try to follow all norms, rules, regulations, interests of that groups until our interests are going to be satisfied. If it is not going to be satisfied, if our needs, interests are not going to be satisfied, then we are not going to follow the norms of that particular group, and then that group is going to be vanish or split. Individual try to join a group with certain motives and expectation. कुठलाही group घ्या. For example, self-help group is there, farmers group is there, student association there, student group, friend circle is there. Why we are going to join that particular groups? Because of similar, because of with particular motives and expectations. We want certain expectation from that group, so we are trying to join that particular groups. The effective participation of member in a group is depend upon how much that expectations are fulfilled. ज्या एक्सपेक्टेशनने तुम्ही जॉईन होताय तो ग्रुप, तेच एक्सपेक्टेशन फुलफिल होत असतील, then we are going to participate in that groups. But if your expectations are not going to fulfill, then we are trying to leave that particular groups. So these are the points which indicate the homogeneity of the group, how it is going to be maintained. But main thing, if the homogeneity is there in a group, that group will remain for longer period of time. Once homogeneity is going to break, then that group will be split or vanish. Second point is the size of groups. Smaller group exhibits informal and more intimate personal relationship. If smaller group is there, personal relations is there, direct relation is there, intimate means closer relations are there, informal relations are there among the members of group. As compared to large membership, large group is there. Large group, for example, if school, colleges, or what we can say the government organizations. So there is opposite relations. That means no personal relationship, no formal relationships are there, no any closer relations are there in a larger group. So the village family operating as a group is thus more intimate in its membership. Rural area are usually characterized by intimate person relationship. In rural area, in villages, number of population is low, size of community is low, less number of members are there. So the unity in that group is much more, and that group will remain for longer period of time. But if number of members are more, then group will vanish. Then physical mobility, that is movement of people. The physical movement of individual or several individual belongs to group to another location, separate them from the group. If we are going to travel away from our group, transfer away from our group, then our relation with that group is going to be weakened. कमी होता the relationship. The group cohesiveness and integration are weakened with members who are transient resident. Transient resident असेल, if there is transient resident, that means continuously if we are going to move from one area to another area, then our relation with that particular group is going to weaken. So physical mobility is playing a hindering factor in a formation of group. So with transfer of residence, individuals are drawn away physically and psychologically from the groups. Physically, psychologically, we are getting away from the groups in which we are going to participate, and by that way our relations are going weaken with that particular groups. Okay, for example, nomadic tribes, Adivasi group, those having transient resident, by that way they are getting away from their own groups. And the last one is the effectiveness of communication. Now, cohesiveness in a group, unity in a group, depend upon efficiency of communication. For example, if there is your friend circle, how much long that friend circle or member of that group will remain together, unless and until there is a strong communication among yourselves. But if communication is getting weakened, then your relations are going to be weakened. Okay. This communication is useful to make a conformity of norms of the groups. Norms means whatever you have decided, which thing you have decided to adopt, follow. If communication is strong, then norms, we are going to follow that particular norms or conformity with that particular norms. So the members are trying to achieve the particular purpose of the groups. They are in line with the particular groups. Thus, effective communication with the group can serve to bring greater cohesiveness. Effective communication is most important for greater cohesiveness. If there is a conflict with a friend circle or with your members of the friend circle, then that group is going to be break. So main thing, communication is most important thing. If strong communication is there, greater unity, greater cohesiveness is there among the members of the groups. Okay. So these are the factors which are going to affect the formation of groups, or which are the existence of group is depend on which factors. So in exam you will be asked the question, give the classification of the groups, give the difference between formal, informal, primary, secondary groups, or the factors affecting formation of groups. So according to the question will be asked in the exam. Also in objectives, the examples of different types of group is going to be asked. So accordingly you need to prepare for this particular topic. Okay, thank you.